there is a 24-year-old suspect holed up inside this bungalow, which I'm in a suburb of northern Toulouse, about 3 kilometers as the crow flies from the Jewish school where those attacks, where that killing spree took place on Monday. We believe it's a 24-year-old suspect who is holed up inside the house. The raid going on now for already 3 hours. 2 policemen injured in that raid so far. We know from the Interior Minister, who's on the scene, that negotiators have been trying to talk to the suspect via his mother, but that process of negotiation hasn't worked. We also believe that the suspect's brother is involved in all of this, hearing reports that he has also been arrested, although that's slightly unclear at the moment as whether he's in the house, whether he's been arrested. There have been shots fired over the course of the morning, but obviously this is a huge lead for the police after a massive manhunt that has been ongoing now for 10 days after these 3 attacks, all linked first on 3 soldiers of minority origin, and then on Monday on that attack at the Jewish school, Rosemary.
Diana, and just to explain to you and to our audience, we do have a significant delay, and that's why we're having a few problems just with our communication here, but we're certainly able to get the information out to our viewers. Diana, going back to you now, how difficult has it been to get this information from authorities there?
Well, very difficult, because this operation is obviously live and the police have so many people calling, but we are getting snippets of information. We know that this 24-year-old suspect is supposedly associated with a jihadist group called Forzan Aliza Knights of Glory. Now, they were banned by the French Interior Minister in January for supposedly trying to recruit militants for jihad. We know that this 24-year-old suspect has spent considerable time in Pakistan and in Afghanistan, that he is a French of Algerian origin. And this really takes the investigation back sort of full circle, because those shootings of the soldiers 10 days ago and then last Thursday, it was assumed that because they came from a regiment that had recently come back from Afghanistan, that this may indeed have been linked to some kind of jihadist group. Then there were theories coming out after the attack on the Jewish school that this was perhaps a paratrooper with neo-Nazi tendencies. That was one lead that investigators were following. Now it would appear that jihadist link that they were considering at the beginning may actually have been more the case, Rosemary.
And Diana, we know, and you were reporting a little earlier, that this 24-year-old suspect who's cornered in this bungalow is very well armed, and that's why this situation, they're going very slowly and carefully with this.
Absolutely. 2 policemen have already been injured. We know that he is armed. We know that there have been, well, we were talking to a security officer here just a few moments ago. He said he'd heard about 40 shots fired since the beginning of this raid, which has been going on, as I say, from since 3 o'clock this morning. It's now 7 a.m. So he is heavily armed. We believe that he is alone in that house. Negotiators have, or the police have tried to negotiate with him via his mother, but apparently that has not worked. So they're obviously going to have to try different tactics, but it is a huge police operation here as the police possibly conclude what has been an enormous manhunt to try and find the man responsible for these 3 killings, 7 victims killed over the last 10 days.